and welcome to Popcorn with Jonas and Yaren, your stop for all things pop, where we talk about all things pop culture here in the Philippines, abroad, and the rest of the world. Well, that's abroad also. We also get to talk to a lot of personalities from pop culture, which we have today.
Yes.
And yeah, so welcome back to Popcorn. It's been 2 weeks since the last episode, so I'm happy to have here with me one of my boys, Mr. Gaby Singson.
Hello. Thank you for having me, Cholo.
Thanks for being here.
Yes, of course.
First of all, I guess you should introduce yourself.
Okay.
Who are you and what is Good Kids?
Okay, well, I'm Gaby Singson. I'm like one half of the Good Kids. Sorry, Bernie's
Or
not
one
here right
third,
now.
or 1/4.
Yeah. And then I have a partner named Bernie Margulies.
Shout out to Bernie.
Yeah, shout out to Bernie wherever he is in this world. And then we make rap music, we make hip hop music, and we're called the Good Kids. The S is a $.
Good Kids,
Yeah.
cha-ching, as
Cha-ching,
someone once
yes.
told us. So Good Kids is actually one of the artists we have where I work. But you know, when I first heard them, parang this is really cool.
Hey.
I'm not a super hip hop person.
Yeah,
You know that.
I know that.
when we talk kasi parang I'm
Yeah,
like,
not your cup of tea.
it's not my cup of tea, but Good Kids, their music is very accessible. That's what I can say.
Okay,
And it's very
I like that.
it's very something that people who aren't necessarily into hip hop would be listening to.
Yeah.
That's what I really like.
Thank
From
you,
the
thank
first
you.
get-go that we've discovered Good Kids,
Okay,
and
nice.
you know, we got them. So how has that been so far? I mean, from the journey of like, how did you begin?
The journey. Okay,
For
well,
those who do not know, because I'm just here moderating and pretending not to know the question.
yeah, but he knows everything.
I know,
But, like,
I know.
The journey has actually been pretty wild, honestly. Like when I started making music, it was really bad. Like the songs we made are super bad, and we really started like from nothing to like we would make music in the banyo of my living room.
Yeah, I heard. I heard in one of your interviews.
Yeah.
You know, you and Bernie were hiding from your mom or something.
We were hiding from my mom and making music in my bathroom. So we would have to like close the windows. We would put up towels so that the sound quality would be better. And
Yeah.
then we would use a hanger to put the mic out. And then we would just make music there. He would make the beat, and then I would make a rap, and then we would just get in the banyo and then record.
But like, how did you and Bernie end up being
Meeting?
the Good Kids? And like, how did the idea of Good Kids come about?
Well, I guess it really started from our own individual journeys. Like Bernie has been making beats for the longest time, and he really wanted to venture into hip hop, and he really wanted to like start making his own music that was like his, because he would always make like beats for like other people, and sometimes they wouldn't even use it, so it wasn't really like his own.
Yeah.
So he's really looking for someone to really find like a connection with in order to make music. And me naman, my own individual journey, I was also really trying to look into, you know, the hip hop scene. I was trying to get into hip hop. I was trying to get into rap because it was always like one of my hobbies. Like ever since like second year, first year, I would always write raps like in my phone. Like I remember.
But how did you get into like the hip hop world? Kasi for fans of Good Kids who would like to stalk Gaby, all they would see on Instagram is that one photo
Oh no, man.
Pentatonic.
Oh my gosh. Hey, no regrets. That was a good concert. I enjoyed Pentatonics. But yeah, I'm not a very social media savvy type of person. Yeah. And I don't really have a big social media presence when it comes to like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and stuff like that. So yeah.
But like musically, syempre diba now you're a hip hop guy,
Yeah.
and you do your own music. But
Yeah.
how did you evolve from the Pentatonics age?
Oh, okay.
Or like I heard, parang you told me ata before na you'd listen to a lot of Katy
Oh
Perry.
yeah, okay. Oh man,
Sorry to
it's exposing you. Exposing me, Cholo. It's fine. It's okay. But yeah, I'll admit I used to listen to a lot of
Katy
like.
Perry has good songs.
Yeah, like I really liked Firework. But yeah, I really started with that type of music. Like, I'll just give a lot of. I started with Taylor Swift, Katy Perry, Ed Sheeran, One Direction, The Script, like all those like.
So what's your favorite Taylor Swift song?
Oh man, why are you doing this? Well, I really like.
Para ano naman, para your fans who are still nameless.
I guess my favorite would be.
I'm calling them the Cha-Chings now.
The Cha-Chings.
That's
I like that.
That sounds like a good.
That's a good name. That's a good name. I guess my favorite would be Out of the Woods. You know, Out of the Woods.
Yeah, I love that song. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's one of my faves. And then, but so that whole album, is it 1980?
Don't pretend you do not know.
Okay, yeah, but like that album is my favorite. Like everything there was like such a bop, and I would really I remember replaying it all the time, like in my car, in my house.
It's really good production also, and songwriting.
It's really good. It's really good.
I mean, I don't know if you're. Probably you do not know that we had this whole 2-hour plus episode about Taylor Swift on the show. So if you want to listen back to all our old episodes, go listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc. That's episode number 13.
Okay. Nice.
Taylor Swift. But anyway, back to Gaby and his old music.
So yeah, my taste really started with that type of music. But once I entered high school, I was really introduced to hip hop through everything. Like my friends, they were really into it, and then
how old were you at that time?
I was like mga first
Gen Z
year, second year. Yeah. I was mga first year, second year, and then that's the time when all of my friends were like super into like Drake, like Kendrick, A$AP, all those like mainstream rappers, and then from there. And it was also really like trending at the time. Like rap's super started booming like from the past few years. It's been super growing. The community of hip hop has been super growing, and
it's more mainstream.
More mainstream now. Like it's like for me, it's like the most mainstream, I would say. Because Drake has been on the top of the charts for like the longest time. So I would consider hip hop to be like one of the biggest genres. So I really got into it because like it started booming because of my friends, and then I also started trying to make my own music. I started like creating my own raps. Like I remember the first rap I made was over the beat of Drake, you know, Pound Cake.
No, I do not.
Okay.
Sorry to the fans of hip hop here.
Yeah, but I remember my first rap I ever made was on that beat, and then it was like, my name is Gaby, and yeah, I got problems, something like that. It was super bad rhythm and flow, but it was where I started, and that's where I really got into rap.
And then sa high school mo rin na-meet si Bernie, right?
Yes. We actually met through a mutual friend named Mateo. Shout out, bro. And then, what do you call this? Because I was looking for a producer because I didn't know how to make beats. And then Bernie was looking for a rapper because he didn't know how to rap. So it was really convenient. The situation was just very convenient because my friend Mateo really knew both of us. And then he really just linked us up. And then from there we started.
It's kind of like Tinder but for creatives. Matchmaking. I need a rapper. I need a
Good Kids was created there. Yeah.
From then on, but I mean, from starting that time, was the name already Good Kids, or were you like thinking of other?
When we met, we didn't really think of names yet. We really just wanted to get a feel of the music and how we work together. So it really started with us just recording in my house and making songs. And then once we realized we were kind of onto something and wanted to pursue this, like that's when we created the name Good Kids. It was actually in my living room as well, like where we would record music. We were thinking like, oh, what's a good name? What's a cool name? What's a cool name? And then we were thinking of things like the Daydreamers or something. I don't even remember. Lots of weird names. And then like somehow Good Kids just came up, and then I remember Bernie clearly saying that's the one, and then we just stuck with it then.
But like, how did I think I'm not sure if it was you or your mom who told me that she just randomly discovered caught you guys making music when you kanina yung sinasabi mo na you guys were doing it in the banyo. And not doing it, making music.
Yeah, making music in the banyo.
How did that happen? Like, what did she say at that time?
Well, cause
hi, Tita Anna.
Cause like I don't know. It wasn't something I was sure of yet. Like sure of in the sense that I don't know if I'm good at it. I might be just making a fool of myself by doing all of this. So I didn't really tell a lot of people about it. It was just really me and Bernie. And then like my mom walked in the living room, and then she just saw us making music, and I guess she was taken aback because she never like really knew that I had that much interest in music. So yeah, from there she's like really seen how much I'm passionate about it, I guess.
And she's like all out supportive. I mean, if syempre fans of the Good Kids wouldn't see the behind the scenes and their momager, his mom,
Yeah,
and
that's my mom.
manager at the same time. It's really supportive, like all out, putting all her efforts into it. So hi, Tita Ana.
Hello.
Thanks for all the support. Thanks for all the support. So yeah, how did you know? I mean, from then on, how did you know that this was the song? What was that song that like made you decide na okay, this is something
Worth
that we
posting.
can pursue?
Okay. Well, first we actually started with a few songs. Like there was one called Poison in My Veins, and then there was another one called Ecstasy, really bad. And at the time we thought they were super good. As in we thought like, oh my gosh, we're gonna make it so big. These are really great songs. And we would show them to our friends, and they would be like, oh yeah, this is great, this is great, this is great. But we didn't end up posting them. And then we just kept recording. And then there was this one song we made, Late Night, our very first song actually.
It's on Spotify.
It's on Spotify. You can check it there. And then when we made that song, it was like, whoa, this is. It really felt like us, because maybe those other songs didn't really feel like it was like us personally. Like it didn't feel like our vibe. But when we made Late Night, we were like, oh my gosh, this is really us, man. This is like a reflection of me and Bernie in a song.
And
So-
like, are those other songs? It's just all gone, or I mean, of course, you have like the.
I have the lyrics and everything, but like it's mostly gone. Yeah, like I don't even think Bernie has a file of the song because it was like that bad.
So it's just gone.
It's gone. It's gone.
I mean, are there any like plans of like you
Releasing it.
re-recording and fixing it to make it recording level na? Or
Maybe
it's just like part of your journey na at
it's
this
part
point?
of my journey because we've been making so many songs. We have so many songs in store. Like Bernie's always making beats. I'm usually, when I'm not busy with school, I'm trying to make raps and everything. So yeah, you know, we try to get better with every song. So we try not to dwell so much on the ones that didn't work out.
And like that time na parang, you know, you guys were doing your own thing, going around schools and performing, and then like, how was that? Suddenly parang someone was like, hey, we want you to be a part of a record label, and not just one. There were several.
Yeah, there were two. Yeah, there. Well, it was really cool because like it was super unexpected. Like in the back of my mind, I was always like, oh man, imagine if I was signed. This would be so cool. That was always like a goal of mine in the back of my head that I didn't really tell to anyone, because parang they would be like, what the heck, you're not that good, you can't get signed.
Yeah.
So I would always just be like, oh, okay, yeah. I just keep it at the back of my head and keep quiet. So when I was actually contacted by you contacted Bernie.
Yeah.
And then Bernie told me, I was like, whoa, is this actually happening? I was so like taken aback. I really was just so, I didn't know how to feel. So many emotions at once. It was like, I was nervous, I was scared, I was excited, I was happy. It was just so nerve-wracking, and I can remember that like moment so clearly when Bernie messaged me. It's like, yo, Universal contacted us, and I was like, no way. And then he showed me a message, a screenshot. He was like, from Chola, Chola, and then I was like, oh wow, okay, wow, this is real.
Like, is this guy even for real?
Is this guy even for real? Is he really from Universal, or is he just trying to spam me or something? You know?
Yeah. And it's been a year since then.
It's been a year since then.
I mean, syempre, for someone, you're still a student at this point, right?
I
and
am, yes.
you guys are like 19.
Yeah.
So like, it's all like super crazy, I guess.
Yeah, very, very. It's all very crazy. It's all very new. It's all very refreshing, because even though all of this is like new to me, and it's like I don't know what I'm doing, at the same time, parang in a sense, I feel like I'm meant to be here in a sense.
Yeah.
Because I really love doing this. I really have a passion for music, and I really want to pursue it if God allows. So, yeah, it might be scary, but at the same time, I enjoy it because I feel like I'm supposed to be doing this.
That's good. I mean, it really starts there. Like most of everyone we look up to started from somewhere.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
You know, you're here now
Yes.
on my show, which is
Yeah.
really popular.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, aside from that, you've been everywhere na rin. You've been to Wish Bus,
Yeah,
to ASAP.
Wish Bus,
I mean, how
ASAP.
was, syempre, not knowing what that world was. Syempre, you guys are from the hip-hop world, not
Yeah.
really into Filipino showbiz
Yeah,
yet,
yeah,
or
yeah.
not knowing so much about it. How was that? Were you guys like culture shocked about how the recording industry is actually working when you're in there, the showbiz, all the showbiz stuff, ganun?
It was really different. I guess that's all I can say about it because I can remember like my first time going to those places. Like my first time in Wish Bus, you were actually there.
Yeah.
And then when I went in the bus, it was like, whoa, there's so many people, so many cameras, so much stuff happening. And I was just so like not nervous, but I was so like taken aback. I was so like flabbergasted. There were so many things happening, and like when you see it online, like you see, it looks so chill. It looks like it looks like it's just a casual thing. There's nothing. It's just like a person like singing or rapping, and then there's a DJ, and then it looks really chill. But like when you're there, it's like not chill. It's like wala, just so many things happening, and it's very different. I can also remember like my first time in ASAP. That was really, whoa, that was crazy.
And people would like go stop to you and say, hey, pa-picture naman.
Yeah, that was super crazy. That one was super crazy. My first time in ASAP was like wild, because I remember going there and then like the dressing room.
Yeah.
It was full of like so many celebrities and everything. So many people doing makeup. So many people like changing into their bougie outfits and like so many like aesthetic people. Like there was so many like pretty and handsome people, and it was just so wow, what is all this happening? And then when you go on stage, it's like
There's a whole
crowd. It's like it's legit, and then there's like so many people with so many signs, and they scream wow, and it's just so cool. It's like so cool to see all those things live, because I've never experienced that before. So to actually experience it is very different, and I super loved it. I super enjoyed
And
it.
would you say, not just you, but like you and Bernie have more or less been accustomed to it na at this point? Or are you still like really all like, wow, this is really happening?
We've grown more. Well, I can't speak for Bernie. I think Bernie's chill. Bernie's a very chill dude. But for me, I've become more used to it, but at the same time, it still wows me every time that I go there, because it just feels so different from how I would normally live my life. Yeah.
And you know, I mean, we trust that eventually it'll become bigger pa.
Yes.
And
Hopefully.
with
we
the
hope
release
so.
of your EP and everything, which we'll be talking about
Yes.
a bit later. So that's it for our first part of the interview with Gaby of the Good Kids. We'll be back with more popcorn, but first, here's some music from Good Kids.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
How you doing? You looking mighty, mighty. You know, just sit back, relax, enjoy the music, and let's just move, baby.
Slow it down a little, cause I wanna see you groove and move a little. Hey, yeah. Slow it down a little, cause I wanna see you groove and move a little more. Bring it to the floor with the way your body moving, this is an encore. You're like a wonder that I've never seen before. Like goddamn, I just can't get it on. So turn it up and let the music play. I can watch this chick move all night and day as she sways from side to side. You can touch things, trying to be satisfied with the way she walks, the way she talks. So that it still be coming in where we cross in the catwalk. Cause girl, you're fine, but I wanna make you feel it fun. Cause I don't really care if you're thick or thin. Got a busty ass on legs like a shake your wing. If you feel the vibe from within, just let yourself loose and do your thing. Ain't taking a shot, so you can feel the zing. Can you come with a clue so our souls can sing? As I say something like this. your groove and move a little more. Bring it to the floor with the way your body moving, you deserve an encore. You're like a wonder that I've never seen before. Like goddamn, I just can't ignore. So I say, hey pretty girl, how you doing? When I was minding my own business, I saw your body moving. I just can't hide all the feelings that I felt when I caught your vibe. I got the heat, tingle on the back of my spine. And it feels so high, I was so down. Baby, can I get a taste from your baby mind? Feel the dope of me rush through my mind. I get the pleasure to meet your body like a treasure. Make you feel like a feather taking flight in the windy weather. Cause girl, I never felt this before. You're making me wanna crave for more. You're sweet like on the treats in the candy store. I sold the doors the way that you go for more. Passion pouring out as our spirit soars. Baby, meet me on the floor and let's go for more. Good, baby, slow it down a little. Cause I wanna see you groove and move a little. Hey, yeah, slow it down a little. Cause I wanna see you groove and move a little more. Bring it to the floor with the way your body moving, you deserve an encore. You're like a wonder that I've never seen before. Like goddamn, I just can't ignore.
Hey, you wanna groove?
Hello? Gising ka na ba? Halika, kape tayo.
When I look at you, everything makes sense. You like my coffee in the morning, nothing else compares. Just a glimpse of your smile, swear it's all it takes. I wanna give you the world, 'cause you deserve it all.
I spend my early mornings with cups of coffee and rainy weather, thinking about how much I love the times we spent together. It's like I'm in a fairy tale of bliss. I'm falling in love with this. I don't mind if I question this, 'cause everything about you makes me loco. I'm craving for that cup, but let's keep this on the low, yeah. You're like my secret cup of tea. You're spilling, you won't believe all the love you've been giving me, so let's just keep it to ourselves. Baby, when you're with me, don't be afraid to be yourself. I can tell that you're a freak, so please don't ever kiss until I know where I was so glad that everything is going well. So, baby, let me keep you satisfied. Sip some coffee in the morning, be my afternoon delight.
Baby, let me keep you satisfied. Sip some coffee in the morning, be my afternoon delight. Baby, let me keep you satisfied. Sip some coffee in the morning, be my afternoon delight. When I look at you, everything makes sense. You like my coffee in the morning, nothing else compares. Just a glimpse of your smile, I swear it's all it takes. I wanna give you the world, 'cause you deserve it all.
Just the way I am and I'm up, thinking about you. All these pretty thoughts about the things that you like to do, making my wildest dreams come true. I took a sip and then I knew I need another just for you. So baby, yeah, you coming through, 'cause I just wanna treat your body like a temple, but I can tell by your eyes that you don't want me to be gentle. You're driving me crazy, baby, going cuckoo in my mental. I know I'm not sentimental, but my heart was nothing special. So can I have a cup of coffee at your place? Have a little taste when I'm grabbing on your waist. Feel the fire burning while I just enjoy the face. And let's rest and let's fly in space, 'cause I just gotta let you know, when I get you alone, you can just let the worries go. The time we have is borrowed, so just let the feelings flow. Remember me in the morning when you see the cold door, yeah.
When I look at you, everything makes sense. You like my coffee in the morning, nothing else compares. I want you, I want it all. You're the closest thing to perfect. For you, I take the fall. Yeah.
down, just wanna fall in love. You shine bright like the moonlight when it's falling, painted like gold. And everything about you makes me never doubt you. I love it when you smile, baby. It's like happiness always surrounds you. And I pray that your lips give me kisses every day. Don't get tired of the way I love you till I'm break. Baby, can I get lost in your soul? And I wanna get lost in you. You shine bright like the moonlight when it's falling, painted like gold. Baby, can I get lost in your soul? You shine bright like the moonlight when it's golden, painted like gold. Yeah.
And we're back here on Popcorn, and we're still with Gaby Singson
Yes,
of
sir.
The Good Kids, and me, an honorary good kid.
Yes, sir.
We,
Like the third or fourth
we always
kid.
say it na
Yeah.
I'm the
He's the
third
good
or
kid.
fourth.
Yes.
Kasi
Manu is also
Manu's
one.
the third.
Yeah, but
And-
like, you know, adjustable. It's adjustable.
adjustable. I'm just like the space after the after the dollar sign.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, so let's go back to your music. Let's talk about. I mean, we've been talking about your early music, but your very first release was a song called "Show Me."
Oh, Show Me, yes.
I mean, very first
With-
release under a label
yeah,
was
yeah.
"Show Me,"
yes.
featuring Tala, who's another really great artist that everyone should be listening to.
Yes, listen to Tala as well.
Anyway, so how was that? I mean, syempre, I don't think a lot of people know that Show Me in the beginning was not even featuring anyone.
Oh yeah, like Show Me was actually made a really long time before it was released. Bernie had a beat and he didn't even like it at first. Like Bernie didn't like the beat of Show Me. He was like, it's alright, it's not that great. And then I was like, okay, well I still want to make music to it. So I wrote down the lyrics and everything. And then once we were done with the song, we were like, hey, it's not that bad, not that bad. And then we recorded it in the studio. And then we were like, oh, this is great, this is good, this is super good. We're ready to release. And then parang someone in the label told us, let's try get a girl on this track. And then we were like, no, no. Because that was our first release. We wanted it to be just us at first. And then we were introduced to Tala. And then when she did her thing, she got in the studio. We told her what to do. She was super easy to work with, super talented. And then when she was done recording, we were like, oh wow, that took it to another level. Like we did not expect it to be that good with her on it.
I mean, was that the first time you ever heard of Tala or like met? I mean, of course, that was the first time you met
That was the
her.
first time I met her, but prior to meeting her, I listened to her music and I was like, hey, it's pretty good, pretty good, pretty good.
And they are really good. Some of my personal favorites.
Yes.
Not just because I work with them, but like
Yeah.
on a music level.
Yeah.
I mean, she really
It's your
is.
type of music.
Yeah, and you know, she really adds that different flavor that.
Yeah, she does. Very
I mean,
unique voice.
Pero that was a really big hit on Spotify. You guys were featured
On a lot
on
of
New Music
playlists.
Friday,
Yeah.
as in the cover of New Music Friday
Yeah,
Philippines.
wow,
The
cool.
first
That was very
time
cool.
ever. I mean, that was our first release.
Yeah.
First release ng Good Kids, and the label also, Mustard Music, is also new.
Yeah.
At that time, they were the
Yeah.
first artists. So I mean, how was that whole thing?
Well, it was very amazing, I guess, to sum it up, because I didn't think our first release would be that big of a thing. I thought like it would get bigger as it progressed,
Uh-huh.
but like it just blew up.
Yeah.
Like I didn't expect to get on that many playlists. Like New Music Friday, I didn't think I would be on the cover. I thought I would just be like in one of the lower slots somewhere. And then we also added so many other music playlists on Apple Music and stuff like that. And then I saw that it was added to Pinoy Hits at one point. No.
It was called Pinoy Chart Toppers.
Pinoy
before.
Chart Toppers.
Ayun, tatak Pinoy na siya.
Yeah. I was like, what the heck? This is wild. This is so wild.
I mean, that song talaga, I can say, it's really something. It's really makes a big impression. Kasi on our end, secret. I don't know if I should say this, but anyway, there was another song. There was another song that was being like talked about kung ano yung first single.
Oh yes.
But eventually they're like, we want Show Me, we want to add Tala to it.
Yeah.
Good Kids, boom, and then everything happened. And now we're here.
Yes.
And wow, parang I'm the one telling the story.
Because you know everything.
Yeah, I was there. But anyway, aside from that, parang syempre it's really, I mean, for an outsider, it's really catchy. Yung nga, as I was saying earlier, it's really accessible even to someone who wouldn't really be into hip hop. Show Me. And then if you keep on listening to it, even the rap part mismo, I've been lost in my way.
Yes sir.
Even in Wish, parang the comments are really positive. But they were like, Bernie, what is this other guy?
That was super.
Shout out to Bernie again. I mean, everyone's always asking kasi,
what he does.
Who's this other guy? What does he do? Is he just there with a laptop in the background?
I think that was our mistake, because in our very first performance in Wish Bus, he didn't do anything. He was just tapping the table and everything. He was just dancing and vibing. So and that video got like a lot of views. So I guess that's where it all started from, which is our bad, because like I don't think Bernie was like brought his laptop or something.
He did.
Oh, he did. Okay.
But it's a learning experience.
Learning experience. So that was pretty funny. I would see all the comments. I would say, "What is this guy doing? What's this Korean dude doing over here?" So it was pretty funny.
I was parang comments na hinihintay ko siyang kumanta.
That was funny.
And then Show Me.
Yeah, I don't know how that started. Like, wow, so many like.
Dapat naging meme yun, to be honest. We can return. We can like
bring it back
and bring back the Show My Rice, which we did actually in one of the challenges
for the saucy challenge, right?
Yeah,
that was very fun. That was my favorite challenge ever.
That was really, I mean, when they were doing it, I did it after.
You did it after, and the food was actually so bad. Like, I was hungry. I didn't eat lunch, but it wasn't bad. Like,
there were combinations nun. There was like pancit canton.
The best one was the siomai with the
hot sauce.
That was good.
Pero hindi naman weird yun.
Yeah, that's not weird. The weird one was the mustard and taho. That was the weirdest one out of all of them.
For some reason, mustard and taho.
It was okay. But you wouldn't want to do that on like a regular basis. You wouldn't want to get your taho and be like, oh, let's put some mustard. Nah, bro, nah.
But that was super. I was laughing out loud that whole time.
My gosh. I got like a stomachache after.
sorry in advance. I mean, sorry again for letting me do that. But it was really fun.
I had fun.
I mean, kung hindi niyo pa napapanood yung video na yun,
check it
go
out.
to the Mustard Music channel.
Yes.
And watch that and all the other video Good Kids.
Yes, sir.
Has. Syempre, I'm promoting na lang din. Anyway, I mean, he's not only here because we work together, but I really listen to these guys, even though I'm not a hip hop guy. But anyway, going back to the music, you just released your first ever EP. It's called
Love Lost Loss.
So why is it called Love Lost Loss?
I guess it's called mosquito. It's called Love Lost Loss because it's like the different, I guess, experiences you go through as a teenager and growing up, like emotional experiences. Sometimes people experience like, love. Sometimes they go through stages of loss. Sometimes they experience loss, and like all those emotions and experiences really bring you together and help you grow as a person. And I guess that's where it really came from.
I think parang you have a lyric na when you love, I don't remember the exact lyric. When love turns to lust, it is lost or something like that.
Oh, that's unreal. It's not yet out yet.
It's not yet out. But it's an exclusive.
Yeah, exclusive. We'll show it. But it's a song called No Lovin', and then the lyric is when you put together love and lust, you get lost. Because if you take the
How
word
did you?
love
How did you?
and then lost, first two letters, last two, it's lost, right? Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like something super deep.
Yeah, no, you can make
What's
it deep.
the thinking behind it aside from the super cool like letter
Arrangement.
arrangement?
Well, I guess that's because it's kind of true. Like, if you like take love and then lust, like those two don't really go together. You kind of get lost in the sauce, you know. Like, you don't really know what you're doing. You don't know where your emotions are driven from. You don't know if you're driven from love for someone else, if you're driven from lust from someone else. So you get very conflicted, and then you start to not understand what's happening. So yeah, you get lost.
So it's
You get
more
lost.
like lost more than lost na nawala mo. Parang ganun.
For that lyric, yeah.
Yeah.
But for the EP, it's loss.
So how would you like? It's divided into parts, right? Like what part is the love? What part is the lust?
The song, there, because there are 3 new songs. It's Coffee, You Got Away, and Lost in Your Soul.
Yeah.
And then I guess those are the 3 emotions. Like, first one is love, which is Lost in Your Soul. Second one is lust, which is Coffee. And then last one is lost, which is You Got Away.
And these everything is it more like something general to you? What's your process? Is it like, oh, I'm really experiencing heartbreak right now, I'm gonna write a song about it?
Well, usually it comes from experiences in my life, not just my life, but also Bernie's life. Like, for You Got Away, I wasn't going through anything. I wasn't going through any type of heartbreak. I was like single.
So you're like
super single.
I
that
love
time.
Katy Perry's song, The One That Got Away. I make a song called You Got Away.
But like, that was really from Bernie's experience, because he was going through something at that time, and then he made the beat, and then he was like, yo, let's make a sad song, bro. And then I was like, okay. And then I got inspiration from his life and took it into the song and really, you know, tried to narrate his experiences through the song.
But like, yun nga, you're saying that it's sometimes your experience, sometimes Bernie's experience. In general, like, how would you describe what the teenage experience is right now, being a teenager? I mean, in your situation.
In my situation? Oh, wow. Well, being a teenager, it's a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun times. It's a lot of hard times. It's like an emotional roller coaster in a sense, because there's so many things that are happening, and there's so many things that you have to deal with. Like, there's school, there's your social life, there's your extracurriculars, like for me, rapping, orgs, and then there's also, what do you call this? You have to keep up with your friends.
Yeah.
You have to keep up with your family. You have to do all these things. And like, it's like such a roller coaster. There's so many things that, in my personal life, that I'm doing right now, and sometimes it can get really hard.
It is.
Yeah, it can get really hard.
I'm not even a teenager anymore. It gets even harder.
Oh man. But yeah, super hard. And like, I think it can also take a toll on like mental health sometimes, because there's so many things you're doing, you forget to take care of yourself and your own, you know, your own, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, but say you forget to take care of yourself and
your own welfare,
yeah,
well-being.
your welfare, your well-being. You forget to take care of yourself. You forget to treat yourself sometimes now and then. So.
Or excessively treat yourself.
Oh, yeah. And then it gets messed up sometimes.
But I mean, at the end of the day, there's really a positive message coming from your songs, right? I mean, Show Me in itself, it's about like, oh, there's this Judas guy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, I sound
I sound like
biblical.
such a biblical fake hip-hop person. There's a Judas in your
Judas in my crew. But like, I guess the end goal with making those songs is showing people that despite everything that's going on, despite how much life can hit you hard, despite how messed up things can get, there will always be like a brighter day. Like, it will always get better as long as you just keep on moving forward and keep on trying to better yourself each and every day and grow as a person.
And those are the things that you want to be shown, right?
Yes, 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 yeah, yeah.
The lyrics are show me,
Yeah, show me.
things.
Like, I want life.
Like, what are these things?
Yeah, okay, well, I guess a lot of people ask me that, and I guess I really just want life to show me everything. I want it to show me all the good experiences. I want it to show me all the bad experiences. I want it to show me messed up times, really happy times, sad times, angry times, all the emotions. I want it to show me all of that, and I want to grow from all of those things. I want to be able to, like, show people that each and every day I'm working on myself, on trying to be better.
And
through
not
these
everyone
experiences.
has that kind of like show me things, right? I mean, in a sense na some people are just too comfortable with where they stand,
Yeah.
and they're just like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
happy where I am.
Yeah.
I don't
want things to
I'm
change.
scared to do this thing because it might hurt me, or I
Yeah.
might experience something
Yeah.
bad. But what you're saying is something really commendable, I guess.
Yeah. Thank you.
I mean, not everyone has that kind of like outlook in life na, throw me some bad things, throw me some good things. I've experienced this. I want to experience more.
Yeah.
It really shows na you have the hunger or thirst for life. Wow, thirst
for
deep.
life. Whoa, bro.
Welcome to Philo 101. The
Haven't had
human
that yet.
person.
But sounds cool. Looking forward to it.
It's a
good subject.
interesting.
Okay.
Why am I stuttering? Anyway, yeah. I mean, aside from that, what else are we gonna look forward to? I mean, on the music end of things.
Okay.
Syempre, from the time you wrote all these songs earlier this year and last year, you've changed na rin as a
Yeah.
person, and you have a lot of like social activities, right? You're part
Yes.
of what orgs?
Oh, I'm part of
Habitat.
Barefoot, DevSoc, Tugon, and then I also have my
All
church
the
org.
sector-based.
Yeah, sector-based.
In Ateneo.
Some development studies, and then I'm also part of a church group called Antioch.
So does that in any way like affect
The music.
the music also, like how it impacts you, how it affects you?
Yeah, it really impacts my music because those organizations really nurtured my values, my beliefs, and my morals. It really molded me as a person to see how I can be of service to not only myself but to other people as well. I guess Ateneo as a whole has really molded me into that type of person, like a student leader.
Yeah,
And
which not everyone, in a sense, really like puts into themselves. All these morals and all these values are taught in school, but like not everyone. Some people are just like, whatever.
true, yeah.
I don't really believe in this.
Okay.
I'm just being taught. It's just a lesson. But
Yeah.
other people really get to apply it
Yeah.
for the better.
Yes.
I mean, even ako, not to be all Atenean or whatever, but I mean, this is our radio show also.
Yeah.
in Radyo
Ateneo,
Katipunan.
yeah.
I mean, I'm really grateful also for that kind of ideologies that have been taught to us, na parang even though you're not in the environment you're so used to, in some sense you're gonna remember everything that was imparted, and that's great. I mean, not everyone has that.
Yeah.
I've experienced.
Thank you.
And you see other people din kasi na parang, oh, why doesn't this person have empathy for another,
Okay.
or like want to give or be generous?
Yeah.
Parang ganun. So parang, that's great.
It's cool. Yeah, thank you.
So, I mean, what are we looking forward to in terms of the music? Are you trying to develop something new?
Well, as musicians, me and Bernie are really trying to find who we are as artists, like our own persona. And I feel like we're slowly getting there with each and every song we make. Like, we're starting to get into a more like jazzy R&B soul vibe. That's
Yeah.
the type of music we're really going for. You could really first see that in our song called Groovy. It's very jazzy.
Yeah,
It's
really
very
good.
upbeat, very saucy. So we're really trying to
What
get-
is saucy sa mga hindi nakakaalam?
Oh, so it's just like another way to say like, oh, it's cool, it's dope, it's dope.
Is it like something a lot of people use? Or
Well,
it's just
not super.
you'd like to think it's your cool thing.
And
that you
it's
say.
not my cool thing. I just say it a lot. Like
I've never really, I mean, before, kasi Good Kids also has a song actually called Saucy.
Yeah.
And
Favorite words, swear.
Gabby says it a lot,
Yeah, it's
like to describe things. Oh, saucy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what does this even mean? I
Yeah.
mean, I haven't. I get to talk to some Gen Zers, and they don't really use the word saucy. I mean,
I know. Sadly, some people find me weird for using it. They're like, "Oh, you're so what are you doing? So cool, bro."
I mean, it's a cool thing. I mean, it's
Okay,
a quirk.
thanks.
You know
That's
how the Scooby Doo gang has their own
Scooby Doo. What's the thing?
Zoink.
Zoink. Yeah. There we go.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
cool. That's
yours
cool.
is like saucy.
But yeah, I wouldn't say I was the one who started using that word because I know I'm not. My friend was the one who introduced it to me. My friend Kian introduced me to the word saucy, and then it just got hooked. I just got hooked. I kept saying it after.
And it's actually in like Urban Dictionary.
Yeah, it is. It is. And like so many, like of my friends, started using it. Like in my friend group, like all my barkada in college is called mac and cheese. Like we all, yeah, I don't know why it's mac and
names
cheese.
per
yeah.
I mean, no
Judgment, but yeah, we call mac and cheese, and it's really cool. We always say like saucy. Like they
I
use a
got
lot of the
sauce, I
words
got
I use
sauce,
now.
I got
Yeah,
sauce.
it's really cool how they use all the words I use now. They also use like bougie, and then sometimes I say cheese.
What does
And then
cheese mean?
I just heard it on a show, and then this guy was like cheese, and then I was like cool. I started using it. I like when I see something super like random, I go cheese.
Uy, si Senator
Cheese. That was good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I was just, you're still young and
Yes.
wow, parang di na ako bata. But like, anyway, I mean, it's great that you guys are still developing a lot of
Yes.
things, and it's really nice to see how you guys are growing.
Thanks.
I mean, parang, is there, what could I say? I forgot what I was gonna say. I'm gonna cut this out. Hi Justin, pakicut to part. Anyway, so like, any after this EP.
What's
So
gonna do?
what timestamp is that? 48. I'm gonna have that cut.
Okay.
So yeah, we talked about your journey through music, getting to become good kids, your actual music.
Yeah.
And what's next in terms of your growth? What else are we looking forward to? New songs.
Well, me and Bernie are trying to make an album by the end of 2020. So we're really working on that. But we're also working on a lot of other things. Like we're just really trying to make music right now. Like he's making so many beats, and when he's making more beats than I'm making raps right now, because he's been really inspired. He's been really creative. His juices have been flowing. Me, not so. I don't know why. But yeah, we're working on a lot of things. We're kind of working on like another EP as well. We're working on a more jazzy EP,
Ooh.
like the vibe of groovy. That's gonna be the vibe of the EP. Yeah,
That's really exciting. I
Yeah,
haven't heard
yeah,
anything. So that's something everyone will look forward to.
yes, hopefully.
So that's pretty much it for our conversation with Gaby, but it's not really the end of the show yet. We'll be back with more popcorn after this break with more songs from
Yes,
the Good
sir.
Kids.
Let me be your sweet man. You give me your life. Let me be your sweet man. I'll make you feel alive. Let me be your sweet man. I'll give you all that love. Let me be your sweet man. You are blessed sent from above. I feel like a Gucci. You so cute. Need a bit of you, baby. I'ma do some. Need a bit of healing, let it be your potion. Get you in the back and you like oceans. Ain't no, you know, loco. Coco with the coco. Keep it on the low, take it so slow. That everyone but you, I'm a sicko. I'm so fly, yeah, I stay smooth. And you so fine with the next groove. Yeah, I got the good, baby, see the world in those two little eyes, yeah. Cause you know me and I know you. Sweeter than lovely, yet this can't you be my boo? Yeah, you know me and I know you. Sweeter than lovely, yet this can't you be my boo? Let me be your sweet man. You make me your life. Let me be your sweet man. I'll make you feel alive. Let me be your sweet man. I'll give you all that love. Let me be your sweet man. You are blessing sent from above. Yeah. Don't be scared, just confide in me. Don't have to see. Ain't a friend I had to see. Just vibe with me and pick up your phone. I'ma come through when you're feeling alone. Please don't be scared, can you just keep my secret? Baby, you are my weakness, more like I want that way to let some. I like it, you risking to see what it's on. Cause you know me, and I know you. Sweeter than lovely, yet this can't be my own. Yeah, you know me, and I know you. Sweeter than lovely, yet this can't be my own. Let me be your sweet man. You make me in your life. Let me be your sweet man. You make me feel alive. Let me be your sweet man. I'll give you all that love. Let me be your sweet man. You are blessed sent from above. Yeah, sweet man, baby, sweeter than the rest. Yeah, you need me. You need me. How time changed just one day, yeah, shit with me the next day, you kinda now when I'm left with this pain, like why did you leave, what could you mistake, I love you so much that you went away, I give you my heart and you told me it's true, but I love you so much that you don't feel, yeah, and I'm broken, and I'm hoping that I'll be okay by the morning, I'm falling, I'm lonely, and love got me so much so phony, can you please pick up this phone when I'm calling, cause I'm in love, but you don't feel the same way, and now all I can say is, you're the one that got away, yeah.
But you never felt the same. Girl, I love you. But you left and went away. Girl, I love you. But you never felt the same. Girl, I love you. But you left and went away.
You break my trust. I hate you so much. Didn't know love and you make us lust. I just want you when you don't want me. I know when you're so you wanna be shit. But I know that it's you think of when you get one of the weekends. I hope you're happy now that we're apart. I should have known from the start that when they came to you, Cupid just ran out of the dark. I want our hearts. So this is it. Yeah. Cause I love you, but you left me. Gave me my kisses, but you never kept me. If you're an angel, then why did you take me to bite the forbidden fruit? Why you undress me? But it's okay. Love is complicated in every way. If I give up what I had today, do you think tomorrow what will I fade? Or will my feelings for you always stay? Sheesh, can you see? God put you in this one for me. I don't believe the things I'm meant to be, but I believe it when you're here with me. Yeah, sign. Cause you don't understand that it sucks. And now while I'm left in this broken pieces of my heart that will always stay shut. Fuck, yeah.
But you never felt the same. Girl, I love you. But you left and went away. Girl, I love you. But you never felt the same. Girl, I love you. But you left and went away.
in my ways. Everything is so the same, I just don't waste my days. Times I really wanna love her, but that was back in the summer. I'm so indecisive, I can tell a girl I like a lover. But I'm so in love with her beauty. Fashion killer, she be really like Gucci. I need a little bit of love, a little bit of something. I ain't got set up for nothing. Cause I'm just so damn done. Ex-girl blowing on my names, that's wrong. But I'm just happy that my boy got some. Yeah, I think I would've let you be my best friend. Yeah, but it's all good in the hood. I don't really give a fuck even if I should. I'm just having fun, drinking more than I should. When I'm with a crew, I just goddamn good. So show me, show me, show me things. 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 One thing so unpredictable, friends and things of the shit. I guess it's cynical, biblical. I guess I should have really seen it coming. Judas was on a puzzle, the money got it running. Yeah, and he is just like you. Lying to my face, he was stupid ass fool. Never knew my motherfucking Judas in my crew. I really haven't seen what the hell is wrong with you, kids. All of this shit is so stupid. All I wanna love is some money and I bet in music. I don't got no time for no drama or being foolish. I'm just trying to chill, let it take like a Buddhist. Kiss, I'm a lover, not a fighter. Need somebody you know the provider. Even though I ain't even get wiser. I'm letting that every day gets brighter. So show me, show me, show me things. 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 I'm questioning every day that's gonna make me. When it is surface, somehow my world just got me shaking. Will I ever make it out my dreams for the taking? Feeling flaky, I just want to do my day. Falling in love with the flow, get to see what I mean. Shaking motherfucker with the heart of a king. Watch me come alive like a flower in the spring. For the ones I love, I'ma do anything, yeah. Cause that's what beating me to the floor. But all I fucking taste, come on and give me some more. I know that all the love was blessed with me, it's so. Also feel the day I'm not gonna head the door, so. Show me all the beauty in the sea. Show me all the losers in the way. This is how it's about to begin. Watch me come alive, I'ma show you what I mean, yeah. So show me, show me, show me things. Show me, show me, show me things. Show me, show me, show me things. Show me, show me, show me things.
And we're back here in Popcorn. That was more songs from Good Kids.
Gang, gang.
And we're here for our last part of the show.
Yes, sir.
Still with Gaby of Good Kids. We'd like to shout out Bernie, who isn't here.
Bernie, who's
He's
not
the
here.
second half of the
Yes.
Good Kids.
Yes.
And he couldn't make it to the show
Yeah.
today.
Busy,
but good
busy,
luck
busy.
on whatever
Yes, sir. Good luck. Good luck.
judo
Yeah,
competition
judo.
you're in
Yes,
today.
Sir. Yes, sir.
So anyway, we're down to the last bit of the show where we talk about like pop culture recommendations, your favorite things, what you'd like to
Okay,
recommend, anything you'd like to recommend to our listeners for this week.
A song? Can it be a song?
It can be a song,
Okay.
a movie.
I'll give you
TV
a lot.
show.
Can I check my phone?
Yeah,
Is
go
it
ahead.
Okay. There's this one song I super love, and it's like super underrated. Like not a lot of people know about it, and the vibe is just really nice. It's called "Pressure" by Aaron Childs.
Ooh,
Check it out.
okay.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
What's
It's
the
a
vibe of the song?
It's like very, parang. It's a very sexy song. It's a very sexy song, but at the same time, it's also very chill, laid back, and it's like very groovy at the same time. Like all the
okay.
components that you would want in a song are in that song, and his voice is just so amazing. And like,
Is this guy
super
American
underrated.
or?
He's American, yeah, but super underrated. He has barely any like monthly listeners, and like that song has like less than 100,000 plays ata. No naman, like less than 500,000
So mas
plays.
maraming
It's like,
show me, yes.
no, but like, I swear it's such a good song. I don't know why a lot of people don't know about it. It's so amazing.
How do you find him?
One of my friends from Australia told me about him, and then I was like, okay, I'll give it a listen. And then like, wow, it was like
You know, that's really
super
the
good.
beauty of the whole streaming thing. I mean, of course, it has its like negative aspects,
Yeah, yeah.
but the part where you get to discover so many things
Yeah.
and so easily na parang
Yeah.
okay, I go to this page on Spotify and see related artists,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
it's just
yeah.
like a black hole of
Yeah.
all the artists. Like I guess I'm also gonna recommend an artist which I
Okay.
found recently. His name is Jordan with two N's.
okay, you
He's
showed
from
me
Canada
more.
naman.
Canada.
He just randomly appeared on my
IG
Instagram stories. Parang sometimes I just disregard those IG stories, but this one was like a good find, and he has like
nice.
several songs, and it's my vibe.
Your vibe.
Kind of like electro
Pop.
pop,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
I guess-
Pero medyo
I guess-
chill din siya and medyo groovy. So Jordan, really good. Any other songs before we end?
Other songs. There's this one dude that's also super underrated. His name's Shy Lennox. And he has a lot of really nice songs that are super great, super chill vibe, super laid back, super like for just chilling at home, for sleeping, taking a nap, for just going for a stroll in the park or something like that. And I just really love his music, and I feel like he's super underrated, so give him a listen.
I will listen to that after our show.
Yes.
So that's pretty much it for our pop stop for the week and our popcorn. Thank you so much, Gabi, for being
Thank
here.
you. Thank
Where
you
can
for
they
having me.
listen and watch your music?
Well, you can listen to my music on all music platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, and the like. We are Good Kids, Good Kid $. That's just a $. Don't forget, lots of people forget. And then you can also follow us on our social media platforms. We have an Instagram called Good Kids Official.
Yep.
Right. Okay. And then we also have a Facebook. You can just type Good Kids. And then we have a Twitter now, I think.
Welcome to the Twitter world. Yes.
Yes, we have a
do.
Twitter now, I think. Yeah. And then, what's our username?
It's Good Kids Official.
Good Kids
or Good
of-
Kids PH. I
Yes.
think.
One of those.
Just
Just
search
search
Good
both if
Kids
you want to
with-
follow us.
And Instagram, Gabi Singson.
Instagram, you can follow Bernie. Don't follow me because I don't use my Instagram. Unless you want to follow me, any whatever floats your boat. But if you really want to follow one of the good kids, I would recommend you follow Bernie at Bernie Margulies.
Yeah.
It's hard to spell
He's
his
here
name
in
though, but-
spirit.
Yeah, he's here in spirit.
But yeah, thank you for being here.
Thank
Of
you for
course,
having me, bro. Thank you.
We'd love to hear back from you the next time you
Yes,
have more
sir.
music out, and
Say less,
when
say
Bernie's
less, I
here
got
as well.
Yes.
And thank you to everyone who's listening in right now and watching as well. So first of all, first of all talaga, lastly, of course, you can listen to all our old episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever you stream your podcasts. We're also on the Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM Facebook page. We have some video episodes in there as well as on YouTube. You can go just search Popcorn. That's pop exclamation point corn on all those platforms. And yeah, go follow us as well on all our social media accounts. That's at Popcorn with Cholo, at Popcorn W Cholo on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. For all updates on the show, who will we be having next, and you can also comment whatever you want to comment on pop culture news we have there. Who else you'd like to see? If you'd like to see more of the Good Kids, if you loved the Good Kids because of this episode and all that. So thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, guys.